It's Need a Car getting us underway. This week we're in Auckland, checking out Charlie Bailey's Pro Touring Chevelle.
Well, I learned to drive at 14 years old in a sort of V8 Land Cruiser, so I've always had V8 in my veins. Just over the years, coming up through the ranks, you're always playing around with cars. You always learn something new on every single car, how it operates and why it's broken. And so now the knowledge of having cars all my life and playing around with them has helped me big time. And I guess that's why I enjoy it. Don't need to farm out too much. If you can do it yourself, saves money, and also I just love it. You know, it's enjoyable to try and solve something, fix something, and learn from it.
A steady procession of vehicles has followed since Charlie's teens, both two-wheeled and four, but it's Chevrolet's Chevelle that's held his attention of late.
Just that coupe looking, you know, and they're not really common here. Like I've had quite a few Camaros. Everyone has Camaros, you know, and I just wanted to be a little bit of point of difference, and the Chevelles just really grew on me.
But the latest one, his third Chevelle and the first sourced locally, that would form the canvas for one very rapid overhaul.
I needed something for beach hop, and we thought we'd look at it. We ended up buying it. We only had exactly 8 weeks till the day, so hence the deadline. It looked rough, but the body was all there, no rust. It opened the doors, inside the doors, boots, everything was all just nice. It just had a vinyl roof that someone had squirted a bit of primer on and had badging and holes in it from trim and that, and we just got rid of all that and welded it up and made it look what it is today.
But its quick-fire build would be no excuse for cutting any corners.
I think we sort of proved the point that it wasn't impossible, and that, you know, you can, anything you set your mind to, I believe you can do it. And being surrounded by a good team, you know, the guys up at Real Rides and my mate down Takanini Auto, a few long hours for me, but I love that stuff, so, you know, for me it was good.
While there's little doubt sightings are on the rise, the Chevelle is still a bit of a rarity in New Zealand when compared to the iconic Mustang or even Chev's own bloodline with the Camaro. You'd have to argue that's no reflection on the car. The big coupe ticks all the right muscle car boxes and is the go-to platform for our US friends, but we Kiwis have been a bit slower on the uptake. For Charlie, having something a bit more unique was one thing, but the plan was to make it even more so, foregoing traditional muscle car 101 for a pro touring theme.
You know, it's got the stance, it's got the sort of modern interior, modern dash, LS, you know, it's running a 4-link in the rear. It's kind of like down that way of, you know, pro touring, and it's got that sort of, you know, that look with LED lights. And so no, I was happy with the look in the end, and it is definitely that pro touring look, you know.
While the big coupe has a slammed look about it, courtesy of drop spindles and coilovers up front, matched with super low HQ springs and a triangulated 4-link out back, there is a bit of deception at work here. The car maintains a very practical clearance while tucking those 22-inch wheels. Good thing too, as it's built to be driven hard.
So we played around with a few things, wheel combos and things like that, and I think there's a few things that we did that make it look low. So the main one was a front spoiler. Kate and his team built that front spoiler off another bumper, flipped it upside down, that's why it's a mirror image, and that drags it down and makes it look another 2 or 3 inches lower. Also too, I'm a big fan of big wheels. Big wheels tuck up under the guards and actually make the car look low. So when you look under it, it's still got like 130 clearance. So we're happy. It handles on the back roads, over potholes, you know, it still drives really well.
Drivability too was the winner when selecting a power plant of choice. The cammed LS1 backed up by a beefed up 700R4 and feeds a 12-bolt diff.
Well, we flirted with an idea of putting a big block in, but I had an LS1 sitting there, and I've always wanted just a reliable turnkey, hit the button, and that's why we went with LS, and it's actually worked well. I just like jumping in to go to the dairy. You know, it's just like one of those cars that's reliable, and you know, they're dime a dozen. If you blow the motor up from doing something stupid, you can just go get another one easy as.
Which I guess explains this. Charlie not exactly babying the car at the recent Father's Day drags.
The car was built to be driven, and so I drove it to the track, drove it home. I'm just not a fan of trailers. I believe trailers with boats, or unless your car's broken down. So yeah, she's no trailer queen, built to be driven.
The Chevelle then is the full package, brawn with beauty to match, and not a hint of its construction clocking just 8 weeks. The 70 is not long finished, but it would seem Mr. Bailey is far from done. This 71 is next in line with a race motor for the road and massive 24-inch wheels. it'll make a great option for when the Pro Tourer seems just a bit tame.
Everyone says, you know, is this the keeper? Is this the keeper? It's just like, I actually just love the chase. You know, I love chasing something down and having someone have it and that didn't really look that cool, and then all of a sudden, and you know, you put your touches to it and then you make it looking cool, and after a while I get sick of it and I just change and go into another project. So I definitely think I'm in it for the chase. I love it. Love that side of it, you know, turning something that's not cool into something that's cool. And I mean, everyone's got their own opinion about projects, but you know, it's what you like, and if other people like it, well, great.